Yeah. So how to run the playbook, guys? Kim, you there? Kim. You are on mute. Kim, guys, Joshna, Sai, how to run the playbook?
Ansible playbook name.ml.
Yeah. Ansible playbook is the command for running the playbooks, whatever the playbook. So, so what is the extension for the playbook, guys? Dot aml. So dot aml. So what is the extension for the Terraform, guys?
.tf.
Yes, dot tf is the so extension for the Terraform. So dot aml is the extension for the Ansible. So how to run the playbook, guys? So you can run the playbook by using the Ansible playbook. How to run the Terraform, guys? What is the command for the Terraform?
Terraform
Terraform
plan
plan,
apply
Terraform apply, Terraform init, Terraform destroy.
destroy.
Yeah, the same like as a Ansible playbook is the command to run the playbook. So why we are not providing here the inventory location? Because of the inventory location is the inventory, the servers, what are the hosts provided in the default path, the /etc Ansible host. In the /etc Ansible host, we provided the host. So that's the reason we are not providing the inventory file. If you want to provide the inventory file, and if you are creating a new inventory file, and so that is not a default file. If you are creating an inventory file is a different file, definitely you need to provide the inventory file also. Inventory file also, where we provided vi/etc Ansible host. So in this inventory file, this is the default inventory file for hosting the for host or servers or IP address.
If this
Guys,
config file, I have a
hmm,
doubt. If this
yes,
config file etc Ansible host, if this one does not exist, then we can
hmm,
create the inventory file and we can run the playbook.
yes. But in the
Okay.
/etc Ansible host, so there might be some configurations, running on those servers on that
So
configuration file.
okay, whatever the IP address we are adding in the host file, the same we are
Hmm.
creating in the inventory file. Both are same,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Okay.
You can try it that way also, Joshi.
Yeah. Just now I realized that I will try in that way.
Okay, you can try it that way also. Why it is not so cancel? Yeah. So you have already these Oracle VM, right, Josna?
Yes.
So you can try it this way also. You can try it both the ways. In if you in
Yeah,
the
actually, in Oracle VM, I install one CentOS and then I install Ansible in that putty. But I
mm,
just want to install the Ansible in EC2 instance. So I have
uh,
created two instances and then I given that a passwordless authentication. Everything is done, but I'm not trying to install the Ansible in that
yeah,
using M command.
this batch April in this April batch, I configured the Ansible in the AWS only.
Okay.
So container, yeah, just before it. Yeah, can you give me your mail? Tell me your mail ID. I will
It's
give that. Sorry,
KOTHA
Kota.
THA
Mm,
JYOS JYOS. Yeah. Yeah, in between Kota and Josna, there is number 5. You can add number 5. 5. Yeah. Yeah.
right?
Yeah, it's correct. At the rate gmail.com.
GYOSHNE, right?
Yeah, it's.
This is right.
Yeah, that is the one.
Send you the April batch also.
Okay.
That way there will be service. Use the container. Maybe you can check it. Maybe the last 2, 3.
Sure,
Last
sure.
something like these rows, right? The last 3 rows, something like
Okay.
25, 26, 27. You can check these from this and this line. You will get it.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay. Okay. And please let me know the date, and I will give the people to access that server. This
Yeah.
recording. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So on that, who is that guy? Nagaraju, Sai Suresh.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. So you know Bhaskar, right? Bhaskar, they got the offer.
Yeah, yeah. You told to me already, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So what we discussed, guys? So Ansible. Ansible is which tool, guys? Configuration
Agent list based.
management. Configuration management tool. So configuration and management tool. So what is that? Terraform is a which tool, guys? IAC tool. What is IAC? Infrastructure as a infrastructure as a code. Infrastructure as a code. So IAC tool. So if we take the IAC, something like a Terraform, so infrastructure as a tool. What are the IAC tools, guys? Tell me. Infrastructure as a code. So AWS using CFT, Cloud Formation Template. Azure is using ARM, Azure Resource Management. So GCP is using some other, Oracle is using some other. So every cloud provider having their own IAC tools. But so Terraform is the tool. It will it will create infra on every cloud. So Terraform is a global IAC tool. So while using the Terraform, so what we can do, we can provision the servers. Just we can build the servers. So through the infrastructure as a code. So through infrastructure we can build the server. So we can build the server. After building the server, so Terra Ansible, Puppet, Chef. For example, Chef, Puppet, Ansible. So Chef, Puppet, Ansible are the configuration management tool. So configuration management tool. So why Ansible is popular? Ansible is agentless configuration protocol, configuration management tool. So no need of a agent to run on these target missions. For example, target missions is nothing but a newly built servers. A target missions is nothing but a newly built servers. After building the provisioning the infra. So which tool we can use, guys? Ansible. We can use the Ansible to configure on installing. So so we can configure anything. We can configure anything. We can configure anything. For Terraform is for a build. Terraform is for the build the infra. After building the infra only. So build the infra. So only Terraform it builds the infra. So Ansible is after building the infra, after servers communicate. So after building the server, Ansible is using and configure anything. Something like we want to install Tomcat, we want to install Java, we want to create a file, we want to create a directory, we want to copy file one location to another location. We can use the Ansible and to configure. Ansible and to configure anything. To configure anything. Now you understood, guys? So what is IAC tool? What is configuration management tool? So configuration management tool is for configuring a server after building the infra. After building the infra. So IAC and configuration management tools are friends. So first server.to Terraform creates the EC2 instance. After creating the EC2 instance is running, then Terraform tells to Ansible. So install and configure our application. So deploy our code. So whatever the code is in the Ansible in the Git, it will take that from and we can configure it on the we can deploy it on the server. So EC2 Terraform saying something like so yeah infra. So building infra, provisioning infra is completed. Ansible you can take care of from rest of. So Ansible take care and doing the install and configure the applications. IAC and configuration management tools are friends. Friends. Guys understood? Guys, please respond. So configuration management versus infrastructure orchestration. So IAC is a infrastructure orchestration. Ansible, Chef, Puppet are the configuration management tools. Ansible, Chef, Puppet are configuration management tools, which means that they are primarily designed to install and manage the software on existing servers. Terraform, CloudFormation, or CARM are the infrastructure orchestration tool, which basically means they can provision the servers and the infrastructure by themselves. They can provision the servers and infrastructure by themselves. So configuration management tools can do some degree of infrastructure provisioning, but the focus of here is that some tools are going to better fit for the certain types of task. So Terraform is for good for the infrastructure. Same like Ansible is for the configuration management tool. So configuration management tool. So I already told you, right, guys? Ansible. So this is the Ansible server. For example, so this is the Ansible server. So this is the Ansible server we install, right? Once install the Ansible server, so we have an inventory and playbook. We have an inventory and playbook. So that playbook, whatever the playbook, so something like we have a three servers of it. So we have a three servers. So you guys can launch three servers. So 16, 16, 824. Yeah. So only you guys can launch three servers, or you can do it from your virtualization also. You can do it from your virtualization, whatever it may be. Something like you guys can. One is for a Linux Ansible server. The other two is something like a Ansible. The other two is something like a provision target server. Something like a CentOS 7 This is the Ansible server. So you guys get the communication between these two servers and install the Ansible on these servers and so create a playbook on this server and apply it on these two servers. Apply it on these two servers. Guys understood? Yeah, I already told you, right, guys? So something like are you able to hear, guys? Joshna, Kim, Stella Maris.
Yes.
Yeah, you understanding, right?
Yes.
Doc start. Sorry, Ansible So documentation. There is official documentation, Ansible documentation. So something like you can get it from anything, get it from here. Get it from So start writing Ansible playbooks. How to write the playbook, something like so this is the latest version, Apache installation, something like you want anything, it will be there, something like full Ansible variables, Ansible playbooks. So playbook syntax, playbook execution, playbook syntax, working with the playbook, something like test block conditions, loops, so new function getting, roles, modules, defaults. Yeah, something like a modules, defaults, groups, a region, something like a task get info, AWS S3 bucket info. So you can get the filters also. So all the modules will be there. All modules or templates will be there. You can use that templates and you can you can use it and something like copy file module in Ansible. So API copy file module. So what is the module? So module is for the Ansible core and including the all the Ansible installations. So the short name copy even without specifying the collections keyword. So there will be a copy from one location to another location. For example, so yeah, example. So built in, what is the module, guys? Copy is the module. Source. So what are the attributes in the module? So what are the attributes? Source. From where to where? From source to destination. From where to where we need to copy the file. So this is the file name foo.conf. I want to copy from sreg my files foo.conf to destination /etc foo.conf. What is the owner foo group foo mode, something like a permissions? These are the permissions. So you guys understood, right? The modes will be group FO mode. You can use the numerical format or you can use the a character. You can use the a character. Something like you can use the backup also, validate also. So validate also, follow no also. These are all the attributes. This is the coffee module. Something like I want to create a directory. Yeah, in the file module, it will be created directory also. In the file module, it will be created. So yeah, file is the module. So something like a path or state equal to absent or something like you want to create a file, right? Ansible file path equal to /etc. So something like 4.com. So it will be create the a file. It will be create the file. Understood, guys? So everything will be there. You can use it and execute the playbooks, create the playbooks so and execute the playbooks, whatever you want. You are copying something like yeah. So the artifactory, something like artifactory is nothing but a jar file or a var file. So jar file will be there in the Ansible server. You want to deploy it on these servers. How we can deploy it? By using copy the file from one location to another location. So from source to destination, you can copy it and deploy it. So before what we can do, so we manually copying the file from one location to another location, then we can deploy. So manual intervention. I don't want a manual intervention. We can create a sorry, excuse. So before that, it will be a manual intervention. So we can do it automation. How we can do it? Something like this. So first, install the Apache. Install the Apache. Install the Java. For example, it is a Tomcat. Tomcat. Our code is written in the Java. So install Tomcat, install Java on these three servers. These three servers. How we can do it? We can run the playbook. Then, so these are the. This is the play. This is a play. So this is the task. So this is the task, guys. In one play, we can use the multiple tasks. Other task. Other task is something like copy the file. Copy file. Copy file destination from one location to another location. Right. After that, after that, after that, something like task again. First, we need to task install the Tomcat. Then the task is something like task here. Another task something like a service. So here stop. So because of after installing the Java and Tomcat, we can stop the service. Then you can copy the HR or var file into the Tomcat location. After that copying, so the service module again, and start the server. So before that, everything will be manual. Now everything will be automated. In the host groups, we provide these three servers. These three servers host our IP address. Then it will install the Tomcat, install the Java. Then it will task a service stop. Then it stop the services. Then it will copy the command. Copy task will execute. So copying from source to destination. Then task. Then task again service stop. Once this done, it automatically up the application. We can up the application. This is nothing but a deployment or a release. This is nothing but a deployment or a release. So how you are automating your deployments and release. So this is the way. So we can use the Ansible and we can automate our deployment process. This is the DevOps tool. So DevOps is not a tool. DevOps is a culture, or a DevOps is a methodology. So we can use the DevOps tool and to automate the process. So what is the DevOps guy role? A DevOps guy role is to automate the process. So we can use the tools and we can automate the process only. So before the deployment, there will be a manual intervention. So after DevOps comes, the automation will comes into the picture. Will comes into the picture. Something like so before the deployment, after the provisioning the infra, so there will be a deployment releases will be automated. Before that provisioning infra, we need to automate the provisioning or building the infra also. Yes, we have a tool. The tool is Terraform. We can use that tool and we can build our infra through Terraform, and we can after the Terraform, so we can use the Ansible to deploy our applications. Guys understood? So deployment or a release. So what is the deployment? Deployment is nothing but a this is we can create a one playbook, and we can deploy our code. We can deploy our code. This is the first time. So for deployment. For first time a deployment. Something like so we can remove these two. And you can create another playbook for the installing the Apache server. This is the one playbook, and this is the another playbook for the deployment. Every deployment we will do the same. So service stop, copy the jar file, then start. So this is the another task. We can write the another task here. Something like that. The task is copy the copy the old jar from one location to backup. So this is for the backup our old jar. So backup our old jar because of if something goes wrong on the new jar file, so we will roll back. How we can roll back? We have another playbook for the rollback. Rollback.aml a playbook. So rollback.aml playbook is nothing but a for rollbacking the rollbacking whatever the new version we deployed. So if it does not work, it will roll back by using the rollback.aml. So something like a deployment.aml. So this is the deployment.aml is the aml file which it automate. So if you run the playbook, so this playbook it automatically deploy our application. So if something goes wrong, it will not work. We need to roll back. You can use the rollback.aml. So something like a configuration.aml. So this configuration.aml is so the only install Java and Tomcat. Install a Java and Tomcat. You guys understood? You can write the number of AML files. You can write the number of playbooks. These are the playbooks. So deployment.aml is the playbook. Rollbacks.aml is the playbook. Configuration.aml is the playbook. In the every playbook having a place. In the every play having a task. Every task having a module. Every task having a module. We can run the number of plays in the playbook. Something like this is a one playbook. So something like another playbook is something like we can run the number of plays in a playbook. So we can run the number of plays in a playbook. Guys understood? Guys understood or not?
Yes, sir. Understood.
Yeah. So so what are the tools we learned? Guys, Terraform,
Terraform, Ansible.
Ansible. Next is Git. So Terraform is a AC tool. So something like Ansible is a
Configuration manager.
configuration management tool. So Git is a those I think you know, right? Source code.
Yeah. Yes. Management.
Source code management. So tool. So this is also a source code management tool. What is a Git? What is a Git? What is a source code management tool? So what is a source code management tool? Something like Ansible. So jar or var files, right? So jar or val files. So if you use the Ansible, we can take the jar file or var file and we can deploy it into the server. So where it comes from, it comes from source code. It comes from source code. You see the source code management tool or a Git is a version control. Version control, version control, version control. For example, Git is a version control, something like that. WhatsApp 1.0. The first innovation is WhatsApp 1.0. The second, a new feature added, WhatsApp 2.0. In the 2.0, what is the feature? Some features are adding. Again, WhatsApp 3.0. Again, WhatsApp 4.0. A source code management tool or a version control system. So in 1.0, the only basic contacts and chats. In the second, there will be something like adding a status. In third, video calling. Fourth, voice calling. They will be updating the feature with the version. They will be creating a new feature with the version. So Git is a version control system. What is this 1.0? The developers. So developers. So every company having the developers. Guys knows, right? The developers will be there, right? So what is the what developers are doing? Guys, what developers are doing?
Develop the code.
Yes, develop the code. What the testers are doing?
So they test the
Application.
code. Yeah,
Yeah,
application.
test the application. Test the application. So not test the code. So developers, these are the developers. So developers, systems, every developer writing the code and copy it somewhere. Where he copy it somewhere, something like in the Git source code management tool, the source code management tool. Yeah. So Git is the source code management tool. Git is a CVCS. CVCS means centralized version control system. So CVCS. Git is a CVCS. So Git is a centralized version control system. So whatever the writing in the code, so developers writing the code in the laptops, right? Whatever the developers write that code, yeah. So the developers are developing the code. So finally, so they will be copied under the repository. Git is a something like a repository. Repository is nothing but a repository. So repository is nothing but so whatever something like it's a storage. It's a storage. It's a storage. So something like a Git is a repository. So whatever the code he develops every day, so after developing the code he will push it to the he will push it to the repository. So our entire code will be available in the repository. Our entire code will be available in the repository. So which language they are using to write the code? Something like a Java language. So Java a language. So Java line. All the codes will be in the .c format. .java format. So .java format. How where we can deploy our application or deploy our application in the server. In this server, so there will be a web server is installed. Web server is nothing but a Tomcat server. In the Tomcat server, there will be a path. So which language you wrote the code? Java. So must be install the Java because of the code will be developed through the Java. Yeah. So Java, if how you can know? So Java knows the it is the Java code. So where we can deploy our code? We can deploy our code into the Tomcat web server. So in the Tomcat web server, so we can install the Tomcat and Java. There is a path. What is the default path for the Java? Something like /opt a Tomcat a web apps. So web apps is the default path for deploying our applications. So if it is a Apache, what is the path for guys? Where www HTML. So this is the default path for the Apache. The same like as a default path for the default path for deploying our application. Deploying our application. The same like as a Tomcat default path. Default path for our applications. So this is the code, right? So after the code, after something like there will be copying it under the folder something like a WhatsApp 1.0. Yeah, the code is there. So if Java, Tomcat knows only .jar or .var a file. So if you install the Tomcat as the web server, so the Tomcat knows only the or jar. But where he written the code, he written the code in the Java. Yeah. So definitely we need to convert from a dot Java to .jar or .var. So there will be a build tool called Maven. Build tool called a Maven. We need a build tool. So something like, what is the build tool, guys? Maven is the build tool. The same like as the Maven is the build tool. If you use the Maven, and we can build our .java to .var, .java to .jar or .var code. So after that only we can deploy our code. Guys, understood what is a Git? Guys, now you understood, guys. Git is a source code management. What are the source code? So this is a source code management tool and version control system. So Git is the version control system. So what are the version control systems? Version control systems are two types. So what is this? A version control system. So version control system will be two types. So Git is a DVCS. DVCS, distributed version control system. DVCS, sorry guys. DVCS is a distributed version control system. So this is the CVCS, VCS, and DVCS. So DVCS is nothing but a distributed version control system. This is a distributed version. So distributed version control system. So distributed version control system. CVCS means centralized version control system. So what are the examples? What are the tools? What are the softwares? So is available for the CVC and DVCS. So there is a SVN, subversion control system, and Git. So Git is a distributed version control system, and SVN is the CVS, centralized version control system. So why is Git popular rather than SVN? So something like the same like as a configuration, Chuff is using Chuff, that Chuff after Chuff Puppet is coming, after Puppet Ansible is coming. So they are adding a new feature and release as a configuration management tool. The same like as a version control system. The first CSS are there. Log4j also there. SVN also there. So these all are the centralized version control systems. These all are the centralized CSS, log4j, SVN. These all are the centralized version control system. So there will be some drawbacks in the centralized version control system. That's the reason a distributed version control system is there. So distributed version control system is developed by who created, developed and invented by the Linux guys. Who
Linus
developed?
Torvald.
Yeah, the Git also developed by the Linus Torvald. So Torvald, and same like as released as a open source. Released as a open source. So Git also using the same Linux CLI commands. The same like as a Git also having a CLI commands. So open source means free of cost and source code also available. Some of the companies that took that source code and developed the GitLab, GitHub, Bitbucket. So these are all are the GUI. Is all are the GUI. So took that open source and they created their own Git. So GitLab, GitHub is a Microsoft, Bitbucket is Atlassian. I will show you guys. Tomorrow I will show you. So what is the difference between CVCS and DVCS and why DVCS came? So what is the drawbacks in the CVCS and who developed the Git and who invented that, who developed the Git? What is that open source and what are the commands are there? So why GitLab, GitHub, Bitbucket are there? So if you know the distributed version control system, so you will understand the GitLab, GitHub, and Bitbucket. So whatever you are writing the code, something like a Ansible underscore project. So Ansible underscore project or Terraform underscore AWS underscore Terraform project. So in our local you have it two folders, right? The Ansible project and AWS project. So these are having the files. So I want to copy it under the I want to copy it, these files in the Git. So we'll show you guys. So tomorrow we'll show you. Yes, source code management tool. Okay, guys, understood?
Yes, sir.
Jyotsna? Kim is there?
Yes.
Kim, Stella, Vamshi, Nagraju. Guys are understood?
Yes, bro.
So
Yes,
we'll
sir.
continue, guys. We'll continue on tomorrow. Guys, so we have a classes on these weekends also. Guys, please plan that because of last week. So we did not take the classes, right? So we will continue this weekend also. Okay.